All right, everyone. Ready for math? Get your cameras on, please. What's up, everyone on YouTube? Hey, Jen. Math chapter. Come on. Cameras, please. All right, I see Ahmed. Brendan is on. Edith, I don't see you. Ed, what's up? Lula, Francesca, got it. Yella, Denise, where are you? Tina, Joelle, where you guys at? Nadia, Arlene just joined us, and Linda. We got Cheryl on YouTube, Jen, I don't know who else, but we are on. All right, cool. So, who's ready for math? Raise your hand if you're ready for math. No? Oh, okay. All right, just Arlene, that's it? All right, everybody else can go. Arlene, you can stay. That's it. All right. Math is not that bad. Come on, guys. It's going to be great after what I'm going to do. He says, I suck at math. And at keeping your camera on, too. It's okay. Oh, there you are. Oh, that's Tina. Still missing Denise and Joelle. All right, cool. Jen says math is awesome. I agree. Rose is there too. Great. You know, those of you that don't have your cameras on, we're just waiting on you so we can start. Just saying, you know. Oh, Joelle's here. Okay, cool. And Denise is still fighting me. All right. People decide to go on vacation, show up just for math, and then don't even turn their cameras on. It's all right. All right, Edith says math is a nightmare. No, I'm going to simplify it. Oh, Denise. All right, cool. Welcome back. All right, guys, now that the whole crew's here, we can start. All right. Jen says math is awesome, and then 5 minutes later, if I was good at it. All right, so I'm going to simplify math for you guys as much as I can. All right, let me address a question here from Mr. Badur first. And the question is, the borrower gives the lender a note and a mortgage in exchange for loan funds. All right, the borrower, so note equals promissory note. Yes. Let me go here. All right, this is the question. And it says the borrower gives the lender a note and a mortgage in exchange for loan funds. Correct. So the note is the promissory note. Yes. So one equals loan, which is the promissory note, right? And the mortgage equals house, which is the security or collateral. So the borrower says, bank, I owe you, and I promise to pay you. That's what the IOU is, promissory note. I promise to pay you. It could also be called bond. Again, my word is my bond, meaning I will follow through with the terms of this contract. So yes. That was your only question today? You're fired. That's it. All right. We got 3 people on YouTube. Got 15 here. All right. So guys, I'm going to share with you guys, and I have to share with YouTubers as well. I'm going to share with you a cheat sheet before we start. And this is the reason why I was waiting for everybody to be here first. Right? This is the cheat sheet I'm going to share with you guys right now on Zoom. Make sure you guys download it. And YouTubers, here you go. Download it before we start. Okay, to open up, should look like this. Give me a thumbs up as soon as you get it, please. Great, awesome. Some people still did not get it. Let me know if you didn't get it yet. There's a link on the Zoom chat. So you get it. Oh, okay, Jen. So it doesn't allow you to download there? Okay. Yeah, I don't have a shortcut for that. Sorry. Ended, so access. All right, so I'm not going to take it down. Jen, I actually pinned the chat. Should give you an option to download. It doesn't. On my end, it shows an option to click. All right, I sent it to you guys on WhatsApp if you don't have it. Oh. All right, cool. So, before we start, did everybody give me a thumbs up if you got the cheat sheet already? Everybody? Okay, great. All right, perfect. So here's what we have on the cheat sheet. Let me explain to you. On the left, these are just quick references to numbers. I'm going to explain this, how 100% equals 1. I'm going to explain how 50% equals 0.5 and 150 equals 1.5. And then it's just units of measurement. 12 inches equals 1 foot. 3 feet is 1 yard. 1 square yard is 9 square feet. This one, even though it's not tested, I kept it here, a quick reference. But 1 cubic yard equals 27 cubic feet. 1 mile, 5,280 feet. 1 acre, this you have to know. 4 squirrels, route 35 is 60 miles an hour. I'll explain. That's square feet. And then 1 section, if you guys remember from the government survey or the rectangle survey system, 1 section equals 1 square mile or 640 acres in total. Okay? Then in the middle, we have a tool, which I call the steering wheel. And in this tool, with this tool, we're going to be able to eliminate all formulas. So if you guys feel that you suck at math, not exactly the math that you suck at, maybe it's the interpretation of the question. After you do this, you'll never suck at math, right? Just need to know what the question is asking. What can we eliminate? And that's what I'm going to do with you guys. What can we eliminate? What matters or doesn't matter? So to eliminate, right? What are they really asking? That's key. What are they really asking? And then to figure out when to divide or when to multiply, you have this tool right here. And what do we have in this tool? We have P, B, R. If you've seen this tool before, a lot of people teach it the other way around. They have P, R, B. Now, as a quick reference, if you've seen this before, the PRB doesn't always work, all right? Especially when they do percentages. So after testing this and doing this for almost 5 years, teaching the same example, right? I got a few students that their calculators did not give the same results when it came to these two at the bottom. And you think, well, multiplication is multiplication. Correct. But when we put percentages, if the first number is a percent, the calculator automatically gives you a 0. Then you're going to times it's 0 times something else, right? So that doesn't help you. So what I realized is by switching these, which really doesn't make a difference for you, it makes a huge difference in the calculator, and you'll never have it wrong. All right? So very simple. You just got to know how to fill in the blanks if you have a number on top and one number at the bottom, pay attention to me, guys. This is a chapter. I'm going to be the worst ever at calling your attention. Because I don't want you to come complain later, oh, I suck at math. Well, no, you're not paying attention, okay? Pay attention. I'm going to simplify it as much as I can. Believe me, you'll never use another tool again, right? Or formulas. So here you go. P, if there's one number on top, I'll explain these in a second, and there's a number in the bottom, so you fill in two blanks to give you the third number. So if they're asking you what percentage it is, or rate, that's where it's at. You just need to figure out these two numbers to go here. If they give you P and R, which I'll explain again in a second, you'll figure out B by dividing this one with this one. If they give you B and they give you R, all you have to do is multiply so that the answer will be P. All right? So literally, if it's a percentage problem, if there's a percentage, if there's a rate or ratio problem, all you have to do is fill in the blanks. There's always going to be two numbers given and a third one to be questioned. Okay? I'm going to show you how easy this is. Let's figure out what P is. P stands for part, portion, or income. Part, portion, or income. So think about it. If I have a pizza pie, some of you might be hungry, right? But if I have a pizza pie, simple. Actually, I'm going to do it, sorry. I'm going to do it here, which is easier. All right, if I have a pizza pie, let's go back to 100% and taking cuts and all that stuff, right? This right here is 100%, okay? But what do we have? We have one pizza. That's 100%. Is there anyone that doesn't like pizza? Raise your hand if you don't like pizza. All right, cool. All right, so I'll give you a certificate at the end. Okay? Now you guys can pass. This was the ultimate test. That's it, guys. You can go to the state test. As long as you like pizza, you're on my good side, and you're good to go. That's it. All right. So remember this. We have pizza. That's one pizza. And this represents 100% of that one pizza, right? If I have two pizzas, right? Then I have another. I like to play with colors, but sometimes the computer plays with me. Then I have 100% of another one, right? So what do we have here? We have 200%. You guys got it? We got two pizzas. Each pizza equals 100%, so we got 200%. If I take a slice, Jen says she can't eat pizza. I asked if you liked it. I didn't ask if you could. But if you can't eat pizza, sucks for you. I'm just messing. I'm terrible, I know. All right. Let's figure this out. If I make a cut, Pac-Man, right? If I make a cut and I take a slice of pizza, right? And let's say the slice of pizza is 6% of the pizza. How much is left of the pizza? 94%, correct? Because one pizza, right, equals 100%. So if I take the slice, 94% is back. That's it. Now, at this point, what do we have? 194%. So if we only had one pizza and we took a slice, right? How much was left? 94%. If we still have the two pizza and it's the first slice taken, then how much do we have? 100, because this is still whole, right? Complete, plus 94%. So 194. Now, what is this 6%? The 6% right here is a portion or part of the whole pizza. Isn't that correct? It's a portion or a part of the whole pizza. Now, we don't know values yet because I didn't give you the value of the pizza, right? But if the pizza costs $10, let's say, if the pizza costs $10, then this would be equivalent to 6% of that pizza, or 60 cents, right? Wouldn't that be great? A pizza for 60 cents, or a slice for 60 cents. But that's what it is. This will be 60 cents. So if I were to take it here, this part, portion, or income would be the 60 cents. It's the portion, the slice that I took out of the 100%. You guys understand? Now, how much was left? 94%, correct? That's how much was left? 94%? Right. How much does this represent? 6%. All right, so let's play with numbers real quick. Let's say this is 6%. I'm sorry? Why 60 cents and not $6? There you go. All right. So, 0.6. Well, only because in the calculator you put 0.6, but I want to make sure you guys understand what it is. All right. So let's say 6%. Now you want to know how much this is worth. How much is the pizza worth? I already gave you the number. Let's go through an example. Guys, calculators, if you divide divided by 6, put on your calculators. I do it as well, always to confirm, but it's 60 cents a slice. That's equivalent to 6% of the pizza. How much is the pizza worth? Who can tell me in the chat real quick? Make sure you guys have calculators, simple calculators. Try to avoid your phones if possible, right? Simple calculators. If you have to do it on the computer, do it on your computer. Our phones are a little more advanced. So we know the rate at 6%, and by the way, that's going to be R. I'm going to show you in a second, right? And we know the part, 0.6, right? How much worth? The whole thing. Calculators, it's top number divided by the bottom number. So you can put 0.6 divided by 6%. Well, something is missing there. Cheryl, it's not percent, it's a dollar amount. Okay. $0.60. Okay, Ed, something is missing. It's 60 cents divided by 6%. 60 cents divided by 6%. Most calculators have a percent key, but if not, I'll show you in a second how to convert to decimals. $10, correct. Joel, can we use the calculator in the computer in the test? So it's the calculator in the program that they'll provide to you. So if you do it online, the exam, they provide you a software which you have to download into your computer for them to monitor you, right, and your computer. Make sure you're not cheating. Once you do that, there's a calculator within the program itself. They don't allow you to use any other resource other than that. If you're in the state exam location, right, at the location right there, they will give you either a calculator or they'll let you use the calculator in the computer. Some places allow you to bring your own calculator, even though more and more places now are telling you not to bring anything other than yourself and 2 forms of ID. All right? So can you use a calculator? The calculator in the computer there? Yes. All right. Jen, I don't mean to be dumb, but isn't it 0.06 to be 6%? We're going to go over all that in a second. All right? So the answer here was $10. $10 is the value of the pizza. If you divide 0.6 by 6%, it tells you $10 is the value of the pizza. So let's figure out what this means, right? So this is portion, right? Or income, which I'll address income later. But you have to remember that it's always a portion or a part of something bigger, as an example, right? So that goes there, always. At the bottom, we have 2 things to address. We have B and we have R. R stands for, as you saw here, percentage, stands for rate, percentage, or interests. So anytime you have a number, anytime, guys, pay attention, every time you have a number in the exam that asks you about a rate, that asks you about a percentage, or some type of interest, where does that number go? Right there, bottom right, R for right. Okay, so all you have to do is draw this. I'm going to show you so many ways, examples with this steering wheel that you guys are going to see how easy it is to use. It's literally fill in the blanks, forget all the formulas, right? And then B. B is the base of the question, okay? B is the value of the property or the whole thing. So if we sold a house for $100,000 and they ask you for 6% commission, right? Let's use the same ideology here. You sold a house for $100,000, right? That's the base. That's the value, 100,000. So let's change this real quick. 100,000. Right here, base. And you had 6% commission. Let's make this bigger. How much was that slice that you got? Because remember, we took a slice out of the whole thing. How much was the slice you got? How much was the commission? Well, look, we're only filling in the blanks. If it's at the bottom, what do we have to do? Multiply. $100,000 times 6% equals, let me know in the chat. I want to make sure everybody's getting it. And I know this number, you can make it out of the top of your head, but I want you to use the calculator. Right? Today, please, even though it's obvious, use the calculator. Just do me that favor. Even though the answer could be obvious, use the calculator. Get used to it. There's only up to 8 math questions in the exam, Jersey. So make sure you learn how to use a calculator. I don't care how good you are at math. Today, let's go step by step, okay? YouTubers, what answer did you get before I reveal the answers that we have here? What did you get? Boom. Perfect, guys. $6,000. Is there anyone that had this wrong? Raise your hand if you had this wrong. And it's okay to have it wrong. Is there anybody that had this one wrong? No. Right? That was easy. All right, let's change things around. Ready? I'm just going to show you how perfect the steering wheel is. Very simple. Let's say the question is not how much commission did you get paid? What's that slice of the pizza that you got? Maybe the question is, we sold a house for $100,000. You got paid $6,000. What percentage of the pizza does that represent? What percentage does the 6% represent? And yes, guys, I know the answer was already there. I want you to try. Calculators. We're going to keep it as simple as possible. So $6,000 is the number on top. $100,000 is the number at the bottom. All we have to do, guys, is divide. Put in your calculators real quick. Go ahead. Real quick. Waiting for answers. Now it's a little complicated, right? Because the calculator does not give you a percentage key. A percentage answer, at least. The correct answer is 0.06. Yes, it is. But what does that represent? So let me show you something real quick before I move to the next example. Ready? Let's go to my cheat sheet. Now, Ahmed wrote, you must multiply by 100 at the end. You can. I'm going to show you something way faster, way simpler than going back to the calculator. Ready? If I have 100%, all I have to do is drop the percent sign. Take it away. If you want to convert from 100% to a whole number or a decimal, which I'll show you in a second, all you have to do is move 2 steps to the left and put a dot right there. So this technically is 1.00. Just move 2 to the left. Simple. If it's 50%, what do? Drop the percent sign, 2 to the left, put a dot. Now, I don't know how much you guys know of math. I cannot teach you math. I can only teach you some quick things here, quick tips and tricks. You cannot have a 0.5. There has to be a number first, and that number is 0, always. Okay, so to the left of the dot, if there's nothing else, it's always 0. So that's 0.5. If it's 1.5, what do? Drop the percent sign. And we go 2 to the left and put that dot right there. So 150% equals 1 whole pizza pie plus half of another one. So it's 1.5. Okay? You guys good so far? Thumbs up? That's the easy one, converting percentage, right? Percentage to decimals. Let's reverse it. How about 1.5? How do we make it percentage? Just got to do the bachata. Easy. You went 2 to the left. Now we're going to go 2 to the right. Simple. Boom. 150, and then you add the percent. Boom. Simple as that. Guys, you got to learn how to dance. Math is all about music. Music is all about math. Tempo, you got to count, right? That's what it is. Let's go right here. Same thing. Yeah, Brendan, I don't like people yelling at me, but I like you, the fact that you corrected yourself. All right. Let's go. 0.5%. It's 0.5 in the decimal because that's what you get on your calculator. And this is key for you guys to remember because your calculator, you can put 50%. But your calculator gives you the answers like this. So you need to convert. I did just compare this to the bachata. Isn't that the basic steps? 2 to the left, 2 to the right? Basic steps, I'm telling you. That's it. You can even do a little hop at the end if you want. Right? Totally up to you. All right, let's call the hop the percentage key. We went 2 to the right. So that's 50%. We dropped this one. That's 50%. Okay? What about here? Same thing. 2 to the right. We take that dot out and add the percent key. And it just became 100%. All right? Let's practice this real quick. Ready? I want you to do 0.08. What does that represent in percentage? Bachata, go ahead. Jen says, I'm frozen. Not that cold out. Ed, only 2 steps. I don't know. Do I have to teach you how to dance? All right. Not like you're doing the salsa or merengue where things get a little more like agitated. It's bachata. It's slow. All right. All right. We're gonna go 2 to the right. So we eliminate these zeros, and this is 8%. 2 to the right. Simple. All right. Do another one. 0.23. If we're trying to convert to percentage, what do we do? All right, I want to make sure everybody hits this. Again, doing the basic steps. To the left, to the right. Basic steps. We're not going to complicate things right now. Right? Right? Jen is still catching up on the 8%. Got it. Ruth, let me know if you're still there. What is the answer? Everybody here, I think you guys already got it. The answer is 23%. As simple as that. All right. Now, what if we have 1.47? How is that in percent? Now, by logic, I think you don't need to dance anymore. You can put it in your mind. You're not looking at my feet anymore. Easy to go, right? 1.47. How much is this in percentage? Then it's 2 to the right. Right? Cool. Is this easy or what? That's it. We're done with the math chapter. That's all you guys needed to learn. You pass. All right. So basic steps are done. It is 147. Perfect. Easy. Right? So if we looked over here, back to the original question, the property sold for $100,000, right? And you received $6,000. How much is that in percentage? Your calculator answer was 0.06. But now you guys already know, without even doing the dance, you guys already know that this is 6% of the sales price. Cheryl says, too bad the state math questions weren't like these. Well, here's the good news. Here's the good news, Cheryl. After we're done, because this is just basic explanations, then I'm going to go into the actual questions. Right? I'm actually doing the class a little bit different than what I usually do. Hopefully, it'll be better this way than going through the book. All right? So, that is 6%. What if the question was, right, going back to the initial question we did with the pizza, right? What if the question was, the broker received $6,000 commission, right, on a 6% commission rate. How much did the house sell for? How much did the house sell for? Well, that's what we're asking. What was the value of this sale? So we have a number on top because $6,000 is a portion. It's a slice of the pizza, right? It's a slice of the pizza. $6,000, right? So the question is, what was the whole pie? That's what we want to know. What was the whole pie? The value of the whole thing, right? So we got a slice, 6,000. That 6,000 is 6%. Number on top always divides by the number on the bottom to figure out the other number. So the answer is, guys, calculators, let me know. Right, Zoomers, you're getting the answer. Now it's easy because the answers were already there, but you want to make sure you use the calculator because the next questions are not going to have the same numbers. All right. All right, Carlos, I see you just joined us, but we're done. Class is over. I'm just waiting on YouTubers to give me another answer or two. Ooh, indeed, what's going on? $1 million? Is that $1 million? I like that. I mean, I hate that because if it's $1 million and I only got 6,000, something is wrong. Okay, either YouTube has a lag or the students have a lag. There you go. Cheryl gave me the answer. And Rose gave me the answer. There's 2 more people watching, so let me know. I think Jen, you're there. Ruth, you might be there. Let me know what the answer is. Jen says I'm late to the party after being frozen. Microwave? All right, so back to this. The answer is 100,000. All right, the point of this exercise is that I gave you guys 3 questions. 3 questions using the same numbers, but 3 variations of the question. And I showed you guys, doesn't matter how they ask the question, the steering wheel is perfect. Gave you the answers all the time, as long as you know when to divide or when to multiply. As long as you know that, the answers will always work. Okay? The other part of this is knowing what the question is asking. But once you understand what the question is asking and you dump the numbers here, that's it. Golden. All right? So again, what is PBR? Part, portion, or income. That always goes on top, and that's why it's the first thing I have here. And at the bottom always goes, so let me do this. At the bottom always goes B and R, which is base, value, or whole, and rate, percent, or interest. All right. The other thing we have here, also in this cheat sheet, and no, before you ask, you cannot have this cheat sheet with you at the state exam or the school exam. So you have to learn these things. The cheat sheet is to help you study. That's all. Memorize things, right? So the other thing we have is area. In area, we have area of a rectangle or square, and we have area of triangles. All right. So a quick cheat sheet on that. I'll address it later. What I did was adapt this concept, right? I did not create this, so I cannot take credits for it. This I adapted while studying that. Why? Because there's 3 elements as well. There's width, there's area, and there's length. Here, there's 3 elements, so it's easy. Width, area, and length is easy for you to understand. If we have an inside number, we divide by the outside number. Right? Inside number divides by the outside number. And then outside numbers always multiply. So it's the same thing as if it was the steering wheel. Okay, but I'll get to this later. And also to triangles, it's the same thing. You just got to divide by 2. All right? But we'll get to it when we get to it, okay? So I'm going to keep this open. here. And we're going to go straight here. So this right here, guys, it's quick exercises we're going to go do along the way. So instead of going through the book, I'm going to go through the exercises so we get them out of the way. All right? Instead of going through the book. So if you're looking at the math chapter, forget about it. Go to the review questions, right? Or do these as we go. So I'm not going to say anything. I want you guys to convert these, and I'm going to ask you the questions in a little bit. Okay, so for now, convert these decimals to percentage. Do not write any answer. Do not write any answer in the Zoom until I ask for it. And I'm going to ask him individually. So on my end, there's going to be a lot of pauses today. Forget to do the bachata. Easy. Okay, dance a little bit. Do not submit any answers. This also gives enough time for YouTubers to to get their answers. Is there anybody that did not finish these three yet? Let me know. Raise your hand if you did not finish these three. All right. Everybody's fast then. All right. So, Zoomers, YouTubers, what is the answer for the first one right here? How much is this in percentage for the first one? A lot of space there. Okay. Drop the answers. All of you. What is the answer for the first one? I have to say, you guys don't like math, but it's the most participation that I'm getting out of all the chapters so far is math. Everybody's answering. Great. Jen, I'm still on the first one. For somebody that's frozen, she's already given me the answer for the second one. All right, so the answer is, ready? 265%. Again, 2 to the right. That's it. All right, the answer for the second one. Go ahead. The answer for the second one. Oh. Slipping and falling. Slipping and falling. What's going on? A few of you forgot a dot somewhere. A few of you forgot the dot. It's 2 to the right. All right, and the answer is 29.4. We're right here. 1, 2. So there's a new dot right there. Okay? It's only 2. Don't go 3 steps. It's only 2 steps. So it's 29.5. Or 29.4, I'm sorry. All right? And now, for the bottom one, what is the answer? You guys really don't know. Taking too many steps. Guys, this is the reason why you get stuff wrong in the exam. All right? You need to pay attention. It's only 2 steps. There's another dot right there. It means this is 0.5. Try to make it as simple as possible. All you have to do is 2 to the right or 2 to the left. If you move 2, that's 0.5. If you move 3, then that would be 5%, and the answer would be wrong. All right? So make sure you learn how to do your steps. Okay? If you don't want to do the bachata, then do the Ciara, the 1-2 step or whatever. Figure one out. Whatever works for you. All right? Jen says I was never good at bachata. Who's not good at bachata? It's bachata and merengue. They're like the easiest ones. If you talk about salsa, then there's an extra step or 2 there. That's different. And even so is not that bad. But 2 to the left, 2 to the right, basic steps, we're rolling. All right? Anybody ever seen that movie with Will Smith where he helps other people get hitched? A movie called Hitch. He even said it's like the basic steps. Keep on, just stay in the tune. That's it, right? The 2 steps. That's it. Anyway. Jen says I'm better at salsa. No, that's impossible. That's impossible for you to be better at salsa than bachata. Impossible. It's a bunch of steps or barely any steps to being itchy while you're in the same spot. Like that's I just gave you salsa, bachata, merengue. That's it. All right. Rose says, I was in there. You were in the movie? All right. That was easy. Next step, guys. From percentage to decimals. Rose, that's so cool. Now I gotta watch the movie all over again. What a bummer. Tell me where you were so I can see you there. Do not give me the answers, guys. Do not keep it to yourselves until I ask. This way we go step by step and everybody's on the same page. Carlos, yep, great movie. Tina, love it too. Especially the fact that it says just be yourself. Pretty much what it is. No pressure, but is there anyone that hasn't finished these yet? Okay. YouTubers, Zoomers, what's the answer for the first one? Convert to decimals. What's the answer? Some of you are just lazy. You just put point, right? Let me see your calculator just give you a point. Calculator is going to say 0 point. Same. All right. Very good. And the answer is, then you give me all the answers. Wait. And the answer is 0.721. Right? What did we do? We dropped the percent sign and we went 1, 2. Put the dot right there. If there's nothing to the left, you put the 0. Okay? So 0.721. What about the next one? Answer is right? Cool. 0.902. 2 to the left. Very good. And for the final one, Brandon's like, I just give you a dot. That's it. That's the answer. Dot. Okay. Tina, 579%. What happened there? 0.579. All right. So I'm sorry, 0.0. Oh, my bad. 0.579. So we went 1, 2. There's a 0, there's a dot, and there's another 0. Cool. All right. So you guys, at this point, you're able to go from the window to the wall. 2 step to the left, 2 step to the right. You guys are great. You can dominate the dance floor. That's it. Easy. All right. Next question. Oof. Now there's an actual question. Before you guys do any calculations, stop. Okay? Stop. No, I'm not going to say hammer time if that's what you're thinking. So we're going to go back here. And we're going to do this. When there's a math question that involves percentage, the first thing you do is you're going to draw the steering wheel. That's the first thing you have to do. Draw the steering wheel. And you have to remember P, B, R. Okay, you have to remember that. So the question is, what is 75% of 280? Right? So we're looking at what is, that's a question, what is the part or portion missing? Okay? That's what's missing in this question. We got 2 elements, 1, 2. So 1, 2 elements. This is the 3rd element that's missing. Peanut butter rocks. There you go. So we're going to go here. Peanut butter rock. So do we have the part? We don't. That's the question, right? The question mark goes right there. We don't have the part. So look, we got 2 spaces to fill. What do we have? We have 280. And they're asking, what is 75% of it? So 75 goes here. Which is also, and you guys know by now, 0.75. Now, if the numbers are at the bottom, guys, what do? Do we divide or do we multiply? Okay? I don't know if, Francesca, if you were like doing the X on me, because you literally, it looked like, oh, X like that. Okay, cool. So we multiply. We multiply. If the number's at the bottom, we always, always, always multiply. So, calculator, guys. 280 times 75%. Okay. Pros, I think you got extra numbers there. Do you think 75%, let's go to logic, okay, guys, let's go to logic. Do you think 75% of 280, so 75% of a bigger number, is going to be 2100? All right, cannot be. So it's a smaller number. 75% of 280 is a smaller number. And the answer is 210. Was that simple or what? Just have to fill in the blanks. Know what the question was, and then fill in the blanks. That's it. So the answer for this, 210. We're going to skip the area for now. We're going to come back to it later. Let's stick to percentages. All right. So, under percentages, I'll read it to you guys. I'll zoom in a second. Hold on, Tina has a question. Tina's asking, how do I know the 2 numbers are at the bottom? Great question. Right here. So the base and the rate. The base value or the whole thing was 280. Percentage was 75. Simple. What are we trying to figure out? We're trying to figure out the part or the portion, right? So what do? We have base, we have rate. We're trying to figure out the part or the portion. How do I know where it goes? It's a matter of knowing what this is. All right, so Tina says, but the question didn't say there was the base or the value. Great. So if you guys remember, sorry, Jen just goes, I remember why I'm not good at bachata. It's because of the hop. You really don't have to do the hop. It all depends on who you're dancing with and what you're trying to do. The hop is not there all the time. You have to stop. That's what it is. Do the right stop. People do the hop just to make it look nice. Anyway, this is not a bachata class. So let's go back to this. Remember that the whole value, right, the pizza, right, pizza, the whole pie, equals 100%. Right? Isn't the whole pizza 100%? If they're asking you, what is 75% of it, that's what they're asking. What is 75% of it? Then they're asking for what is the portion? You guys understand? What is the smaller? 75% is less than 100. So they're asking you, what is the portion of the whole thing? Okay? So that's what you have to look at in the question, where it says, right? What is 75% of 280? That means 280 is the whole pie, and this equals 100%. And they're asking, what is 75% of that? That's the 210. Isn't this smaller than that? Right? It is smaller. So even though it does not say base or value, it did say whole. Because the 280 in this question was 100%, and they're trying to figure out what's a portion or smaller part of that. You guys got it? What's up? All right? Let me know. No? All right. Hold on. Yeah. Well, Cheryl, so real quick, Cheryl says, it's like learning the new math with my daughter. Learn for subtraction. I know I could just multiply, but shouldn't. Yeah, well, in certain things, yes. I recommend that you just learn how to fill in the blanks. This tool is way simpler. If they allowed this in school, would be like our kids would be genius. Unfortunately, they dumb things so much with the whole Common Core, and like it's so many extra steps to get to the same result, right? So many extra steps when I can give you shortcuts. They give you the same answer. All right? So let's go back to this. Let me erase all this here. Okay. So let's say instead of 280, set 280,000. This is the loan. This is the purchase price. Purchase. The bank is going to give you a loan of 75%, right? We call this loan to value ratio, right? The value. This is the maximum loan. Lula, you with me so far? So 280,000. The bank gives you 75%. Without saying anything else, in your logic, how much is the down payment? Without saying anything else. Correct. That's a 25% slice that's taken out of the whole. So you gave me the logic right there and then. You understood that this is the whole value. Right? So if I were to do the steering wheel, looking at what I presented earlier, right here, where does the whole value go? Where does the $280,000 go? Does it go in P, B, and R? Here? Okay, great. So you're with me on that. Good. So we know that 280 goes here. Now, we understood value. All of you understood value, right? They're asking, what's the other portion? So if down payment is 25% is that slice, what is the bigger slice, which is the loan that you're going to have to pay over the years, right? That's what they're asking. What is the loan amount? Well, that's right here. So 75%, where does this number go? The only blank spot left, right there, 75%. And if it's about at the bottom, you multiply. So let me know in your calculator, what answer do you get? Hey, Marmer, what's up? Good to see you. All right, so what is the value here? Go ahead, put in your calculators. Lula, what did you get? Boom. All right. Good. Perfect. All right, Jen's asking, so when you see of that, does that mean multiply? It does not mean multiply, Jen. So what I want you to know is how to fill in the blanks. There's only 3 blanks to fill here. We might, depending on the question, we might have to use the steering wheel once or twice. But it's the filling in the blanks. If it's a portion of something else, automatically you know that this is the whole thing. This is the whole thing. If it's a portion of something else, this is the whole thing. That number always goes here. Okay? Then that percentage goes there. You know why I don't want you to think of, for instance? Because if they took $6,000 of or from 280, whatever way they might put, right? From 280, and they took $6,000, what does that represent in percentage? You see what I'm saying? So make sure you know what this means. This is the whole value. This is the purchase. Right? That's it. So the purchase is the value that you're going to put here. And then percentage is the part, but we only have the ratio that you're going to put there. All right? So Lula, I will in a second. We have questions coming up that will lead you there. All right? So let's go to right here. So a property is co-brokered by a listing broker. I'll zoom in for you guys. Is co-brokered by the listing broker Schroeder and the selling broker Hobson for $425,000. So your questions in the state exam have a bunch of stuff written around it. Let's figure out what's needed or not needed. In this question, it says the property is co-brokered by listing broker Schroeder and selling broker Hobson for $425,000. Co-brokered, that means they're in agreement. That's what it's sold for. So this is the sales price or the purchase price, whatever way you want to write it down. The co-brokerage split is 50-50. That means the commission is half for the listing broker, half for the selling broker. Schroeder's agent, so this is the listing agent, because remember, the listing broker is Schroeder, right? Schroeder's agent or listing agent Joaquin, right, is on a 65% split schedule, and Hobson's selling agent, right? Wallace, so selling agent is the buyer's agent. Wallace, okay, is on a 50-50 split with her broker. If the total commission rate, total or gross commission rate is 7%, okay, what are the participants' commissions? So if they ask you, what is the commission that these people are getting? So usually they ask only of one, like the selling agent, for instance, or how much went to the brokerage. They usually ask you of one. Here we're going to have the answer for all of them. Ready? So let's break down these numbers before anything else. This is how I like to do it. We have sales price is $425,000. So I write on a piece of paper, always, all the numbers. Because we don't need all the fluff. We don't need all the letters that are there. We need to figure out the numbers so we know where to put it, right? The other thing they said here in the question was that the co-brokerage split was 50-50. So the split 50-50. Okay. Next it says that the listing agent is on a 65% split. So listing agent is on a 65% split. That means the broker gets 35%, right? These numbers you need to be able to translate immediately. 50-50, right? The split between the brokers. The listing agent gets 65%, the broker gets 35%. And then it says that the buyer's agent or the selling agent is on the 50-50. So buyer's agent or selling agent, whatever you want, is on a 50% split with the broker. All right. Next thing we got is the total commission rate is 7%. Commission rate equals 7%. All right. So here's what I got. This is the broker's split. Right? So out of all that we had in the question, right? And this is why I say for you to leave the math questions to the end. There's an option to bookmark, move forward, and then come back, right? The last thing you do is the math. Very, very important. Last thing. Or any long questions. Like this is a long question. Any long questions, you skip. Do it at the end. If you guys follow this process, just this one simple tip, things that are time consuming, leave to the end. If you're stuck in a question, leave to the end. If it's a long question, leave to the end. If it's a math question, leave to the end. If you follow this simple tip right here, 80% of the exam is handled in your first hour. And then you have 3 hours to figure out the rest, like 20%. All right, so you got plenty of time. The stress level is gone. Now it's a matter of, okay, let me settle, focus, and figure out how to do these, right? So always skip as much as you can. The ones that you're 100% confident, answer. The ones that you struggle with or that take too long, leave to the end. So now we need to figure out how much did the broker get, how much did the other broker get, how much did Joaquin and Wallace get, the agents, right? So let's figure this out. First of all, we need to figure out what was the commission. Well, the sales price is $425. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to show you right now how there's 5 variables of this question. Like these are 5 variables right here, right? And we're going to put it right there. So how much was the commission? If that was a question, how much is the commission? Well, we know how much the property sold for. Hold on, Jen. As an assistant at an agency, do we have to do math? Well, my assistant better know a little bit of math. I don't want to do the math myself. Got to learn how to delegate, you know? All right, guys, don't give me answers yet. I see you guys give me answers. Let's go step by step, please, so we don't confuse anyone, okay? So you guys can do it, write down on a piece of paper. Don't give me the answers yet. Step by step. This is the way you got to do. We got a lot of songs today, right? Got the bachata, got the salsa, merengue. We have hammer time, stop. Now we go step by step. Look at that. Bunch of songs. All right, so I'm bad with this stuff. I'm sorry. We even talk about movies, right? Hitch. So what do we have? $425,000 is the sales price. Where does that go? On top, bottom left, or bottom right? Let me know. Bottom, left or right? Okay. You guys do know that you're like a mirror, right? So you're telling me right. I know what it is. So $425,000 goes right here. Oh, sorry. $425,000 is the base of the question. Bottom left. Very good. All right. What is the commission? 7%. Where does that go? Bottom right. Okay, cool. 7%, also known as 0.07. Okay. Numbers are at the bottom. What do we do, guys? Numbers are at the bottom. What do you do? Multiply. Awesome. Boom. So how much is the commission? Now you can give me answers for this one. And it's not that I don't trust you, but I always got to verify, so I know exactly what I'm doing. All right, so you're telling me, hold on, you're already on the 50-50. We're still at, let's go step by step, guys. Gross commission. Step number 1, figuring out the gross commission. You want to pass the exam? Break down the questions, step by step. Okay? So, what is the gross commission? Gross commission is $29,750. That's gross commission. All right. Now, each broker took 50%. Great. So each brokerage split 50%. For the listing broker and for the selling broker, correct? Now, I'm sure 50% of you guys don't need help. It's divide by 2 or times 50%. That's easy. Put on your calculator, right? So I'm not going to do the steering wheel, but you could have done it. If you don't know how to do it, it would be this number would now go down here. This number now becomes, so this is for a tiered question where there's more steps like this one. You need to use the steering wheel more than once. So this becomes the new value. All right, this becomes a new value because that's the total commission. Total commission. All right, and now we know it's 50%. Or 0.5. Numbers at the bottom you multiply. So that gives us 14,875. This is now step number 2, the split commission. Okay? All right, good. Because it's 50-50, it's easy. The selling broker or the buyer's broker also got the same 14,875. You guys good so far? Great, perfect. So this is easy. Here, 14,875. Now, on the listing side, right? On the listing side, Schroeder gets 35% and Joaquin gets 65%, right? So we have listing broker. How much are they going to keep? And we have listing agent. How much are they going to keep? We're going to have selling broker. how much are they going to keep? And we're going to have selling agent, how much are they going to keep? So what do we know about this? We know there's a 65% split. That means steering wheel. Listing brokerage. What do we have? We have the 14,875 comes right here, because that's the new value, and that's where people get confused. There's new values every time, because we're going to a portion of this, right? This is how we started. A portion of this was the 28,000. Then a portion of that commission was 14,000, right? And we keep on splitting into portions. So the whole value is now always here at the bottom. Now the listing agent got 65%. Numbers are at the bottom. This is the easiest ones, right? Numbers at the bottom. What is 65% of 14,875? Okay. 9,000. I did something here. Okay. So 9,600 and 68.75. So this right here is for the listing agent. Okay. So listing agent got 9,668.75. All right. There's two things you can do now. You can either do another steering wheel to figure out how much the broker got, or you can deduct this from that. So 14,875 minus 9,668. The answer is 5,000. Okay. Sorry, 5,206.75. So on the listing side, how much did the broker get? 5,000. Okay. On the listing side, how much did the agent get? Almost 10,000. Right? So that's the difference. It'll be 14,000. Let's go again here. 14,875 minus the 9,668.25. That's 5,206. Sorry. Did I miss something? $25, right? Made a mistake somewhere. That's 75. This is 20. Yeah. All right. So 75, and this is 25. Makes a difference. Yep. All right. So we figured out. Let me know if you guys are good so far. Thumbs up. We figure out how much the listing agent gets, how much the listing broker gets. Perfect, right? Money, a lot of money. Now for the buyer side, they're on the 50-50. So this is easy again. The 50-50. Question, step number 4 is for the selling brokerage. Steering wheel. And it's the same 14,875, right? And then it's 50%. Numbers are at the bottom. We multiply. So we get, the answer is 7,437.50. Because it's 50-50, it's easy. There's several questions here. The question in the state exam could have been, how much did the listing agent get? Period. So you know how to get there. The question could have been, after paying the listing agent, how much did the broker get? Boom. Right? Same question for selling or for broker or agent. The question could have been, how much was the commission? The commission total was $29,750. The question could have been, how much did the listing brokerage get? Well, you already know the listing brokerage got $14,875. Right? So a lot of variables of what the question could be were just addressed right here. Okay? So sometimes, depending on what we're trying to get at, you need to do the steering wheel more than once. See that? Okay? Depending on what the question is. Most of the times, they're easy questions. We can only no. You can have more than one blank paper. The thing is, at the moment, you have to show them that you have a blank, two blank pieces of paper if you want. They have to approve it. In the state exam, if you go to the location, they'll provide you a piece of paper. If you need more, you come out, exchange that paper for another. Okay, but yes, you're entitled to have more than one. Yep. Okay, but I can guarantee, look, if you practice this enough, you'll never need these again. If you practice enough, you guys just got to realize that if the number's at the bottom, you always multiply. That's it. If you have one number on top, one number at the bottom, so if they gave you the commission, right? So we're going to go over an example in a little bit, but Lula was asking, for instance, when do you use part? If they gave you the commission, they gave you, hey, $29,000 is how much they made in gross commission on the sale of a $425,000 house. How much was the commission rate, right? So they gave you this one, you have to divide, right? That's the only thing. If they gave you these two, you divide them to figure out this one. But that's it. Every time they give you the part or portion or the slice that we cut from the pizza, that's what goes on top. The slice of the pizza always goes on top. So the commission always goes on top. If you're trying to figure out the value, or if you're trying to figure out the commission rate, always goes on top. Hold on, I'm sorry. All right. You guys good? Yep. All right, let's figure out what the next question is. I'm gonna do right here. Number 8. You won't have a question regarding goodwill. So we're going to go to number 8. All right. So a seller, we're going to have a great example here, guys. A great example here to use the part and use the whole or the base. So a seller receives an offer of $674,000 on a property that's listed for $749,000. How much is the offer as a percent, right, of the listing price? So this is what we have. Listing price was $749,000. And the offer was 674,000. 674,000. The question is, what percentage is that? What is this compared to this? Okay? I'll let you guys do that on your own. Do on your own. I'm going to do mine right here. Don't forget to do the steering wheel. Do not answer until I ask you, okay? Is there anyone that hasn't finished yet? Raise your hand if you haven't. All right, cool. So since you're not raising your hands, drop the answers. What is the answer for this? Okay. I'm waiting. I got 3 answers so far. Four answers. Come on. 5 answers, including YouTube. 6. 7. This is like popcorn. There's 5 people watching on YouTube. There's only 2 people giving me an answer. 3 people give me an answer. Come on. You guys forgot to dance how to dance bachata again. YouTubers. It's only 2 steps. Some of you are going like 3 and 4 steps. 2 steps to the left. Or 2 steps to the right, depending on it. Is there anybody that didn't put the answer yet? I start calling your names. Hold on. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people answered. What's happening? Where's everybody else? Answer. Just put something there. Whatever number you got is fine. There's no wrong answers. Not today. Okay? Today is learning answers. Come on, guys, before I give you the break, let's finish this one. Jen, that's funny. All right. Ready? Ed's like, no, I'm not giving you an answer. I'm waiting for your answer. All right, steering wheel. There's only a couple spots. Look, easy. This is what we got. 3 elements. 1, 2, 3, right? Look what we have here. 1, 2, 3. So fill in the blanks. That's all you have to do. Where does percentage go, Ed? Where does percentage go? Spot number 3. Okay, good. Percentage. So what we're trying to figure out is this. So now we got to fill in 2 blanks. On top is always a part or portion, and at the bottom is always the whole value. So where's the part here? Do you think this number could be a part of this? No. So how do we fill this in? Very easy. Right here is 6, 7, 4. Right? Make sure you guys have all the right zeros. And at the bottom is going to be 7, 4, 9. If a number is on top and the number is at the bottom, what do we do, guys? Right? Joel's like, okay, that's a line I have there, yes. What do we do is very simple. We divide. So calculators, those of you that did not do it yet, make sure you put it on your calculator and let me know which number you get. It's a ridiculous long number. Ridiculously long number. You only need a couple numbers from there, but it's a really wrong number. Okay? That's what you get on your calculator? Okay. So do the bachata. Wrong side, Francesca. Wrong side. You're stepping on my toes. That's what's happening right now. Or you're pulling me away. I don't know. All right, there you go. So the answer is 8998. On your calculator, you got 0.89986664 and so on and so on and so on. Big number, right? We don't need that. Cut this out right here, right? All you need to do is learn how to dance. Right there. 1, 2. That's the dot. Cut this off. Add the percent sign. And that's it. It's 89.98. If you were to round up to the next one, maybe the answer in the exam would have been 90%. Just round up to the next one. 89.9 is 90%. If they ask for it. Okay? So the answer is 89.98 or round up to 90, depending on what you have there. Okay? All right. Was that a good example to use the P on top? Right? Because the part or portion is smaller. Next question. It says right here that the seller requires, and yes, we're going to do one more. The seller requires 1.5% deposit on all offers. A buyer wants to offer $312,000 for the property. What must the deposit be? So what they're asking is, with the offer, how much must you bring up front? Okay, it's 1.5% deposit. How much is that? Do not put the answers yet until I ask for it. Here's what we have. $312,000. That's the listing price. The deposit is, or good faith deposit actually. Good faith deposit is 1.5%. So the question is, how much money for a deposit? Math is easy, right? So far. I think the problem with you guys is you crack under pressure. That's what it is. Because most of you are answering correct. There's one or two that still doesn't know how to dance, but most of you are answering correct. So why would you fail in the state exam? Crack under pressure. We got to remove the pressure. And how do we do that? Leave math at the end. Simple. Leave it to the end. Because if you're 100% sure of the rest of them, then pass. Math is only 8 questions. Okay? And two of those questions don't even require a calculator. So technically, only 6 questions there require a calculator. Did I ask for the answers? But it's okay. Just drop the answers. Ignore anything I say. I mean, don't worry about it. All right, everybody nailed it. Simple. All right, so we know here is 1.5% or 0.015. Here is 312,000. We multiply, and the answer is 4,680. This is the good faith deposit. Very good. You got the answer correct. You passed so far. Next question. Ooh. Look at this question. A tenant's rent is currently $650 a month. The rent is scheduled to increase 5% per year. What will be the tenant's rent at the beginning of the 3rd year from now? Okay. We're talking about years. Let me point a couple things out first. Understand, you have to break the questions down. What they're saying here, that rent $650 per month, right? Then it says that it will increase at 5% per year. Right? So they're asking on the 3rd year, what is the rent? Isn't that the question? Okay, so again, 3 elements, right? There's a couple more steps on this one. First of all, right, before you guys, some of you are already trying to figure this out, right? Pay attention to key things. This is what I do. Look, and I teach this, and I still do this every day. Look at me for a second. Don't do math. Look at me. This is what I do every day, even for myself, not just teaching. They're asking for the 3rd year. They gave us a monthly number. Okay? Remember one thing to eliminate. The 1st year is covered. So we need to know, oh, see those faces? I love those faces. You're already doing math without listening. So 1st year is covered. 1st year equals $650 per month, right? How much is the 2nd year? Since it's $650 plus the 5%. And how much is the 3rd year? since it's the second year, whatever the number is, plus 5%. Isn't that what they're asking? So first thing is they gave you $650 a month, right? Again, even though, and by the way, you don't have to multiply by 12 here, but sometimes this is what you need to do. You need to break it down. They're asking per month, right? They give you yearly numbers. In some questions, you need to multiply this by 12 to figure out what it is. In other questions, you do not. All right? So I think I gave you guys all the hints. What do you have to do or not do? Good luck. I didn't say give me answers, Francesca, but thank you. Thank you. And you really think we would go from $650? Hold on. Do you think we would go from $650 to $1,000? How's that 5%? Exactly. All right. Don't answer. Guys, don't give me answers yet. Calculate. Take time. Don't give me answers yet. Figure it out. Nadia, what did you miss? Us? Let me show you. This is the question. I'm going to repeat the question real quick. So the rent is $650 a month. There's an increase of 5% a year. And they're asking on the third year, how much is the rent? There's an increase of 5% a year. So, Tina, I'll address that in a second. Your question, okay? Right now, I just want you guys to calculate. And I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to do it the lazy way, and I'm going to show you the lazy way in a second. Done. I told you I'm not going to teach math. I'm going to teach you shortcuts and how to pull information out. That's my job. That's when you go to the... I gave you the answer, Nadia. What calculations did you get? Check your WhatsApp. While you were out, I was texting you. Ed's giving the answers. Come on, man. I didn't ask for answers yet. You guys are fired. Fired. All of you. Fired. I feel very presidential today. Firing everybody. Nadia says that's not an answer. Oh, I showed you what you needed to do. Now put it on your calculator. Do some work. Do some work. Come on. Or just because you've been to Portugal, I have to give you the answers? Come on. That's how it works. All right. You guys ready to answer? Go. Give me the answers. Francesca, doesn't matter what I say. Like I didn't even ask. Are you ready to answer? And she's already answered. All right. So Rose says my way, like your way, I got 715. What do you mean my way you got 700? Impossible. You guys are giving me second year and all that. I just need the third year because the question says third year. But I appreciate all the steps. Rose, nope. 2 year is 5 times 2. Nope. And Jen says, I've been to Portugal too. Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed it though. All right. So Lula, something is wrong in your calculations because apparently you're not using 650. 650. How can the second year and third year be less than the original year? All right. So guys, let me address this real quick. Ready? The first thing Tina was asking, see, this is what gets me confused. This is what gets me confused. How do we know that the first year is out of it? Well, let me ask you. This is a matter of logic, and let's go over the logic of things. Let's say you get into my property right now, and I tell you, hey, Tina, you have to pay $650 a month, right? It's a 1-year lease. You have to pay $650 a month. Am I going to increase the first year? So this is how we know that the first year does not count, because the first year is $650. You just got in. First year is $650. They're asking how much are you going to pay on the third year? Well, it's $650 plus 5%. Guys, let me give you guys the quick trick. Ready? Ready? And you go on your calculator real quick, because it's a 5% increase. And you go on your calculators real quick. Do 650. I even gave you the answer right here. Do 650 plus 5%. Exactly like that. Plus 5%. No multiplications, nothing. Plus 5%. What is the number that you get there? Did you guys get this number? Calculator, 650 plus 5%. 682.50. So on the second year, after the increase of 5%, the tenant is paying $682.50 a year. A month, I'm sorry. Right? That's it. But they're asking how much are they going to pay on the third year? Well, calculators, do 682 plus 5%. That's the easiest thing you can do. That's a shortcut. Every time it's plus a percentage or minus a percentage, just put on the calculator plus 5%, minus 5%. All you had to do, I told you I was going to do the lazy way. I did 650 plus 5% plus 5%. That was it. Did everybody get this answer now? Easy, right? Simple tricks. That's all I can give you guys along the way, is explain to you what they're asking and give you these simple tricks. If it's an increase, means plus 5. If it's a decrease, means minus 5. Ed, kick her out of the room, please. Kick her out. That's it. Oh, okay. All right, so there's an excuse there. I thought it was no, the senior. All right. It's okay. She can come back in and sit down with you. And Daniela as well. Try to stay with me. Okay. Cheryl says, I was going to say that's not fair. Listen. All right. HB. I don't know who HB is. But the question is, will the plus 5% work on a New Jersey State test provided calculator? It's a very basic calculator. So here's the thing. Nowadays, even the most basic calculator comes with that. Okay? Worst case scenario. You guys ready? Worst case scenario. If you guys remember, I said right in the beginning of this class, I said, here is one whole pizza, right? This means 100%, correct? One whole pizza, okay? If I have an increase of 5%, right? That means it's one whole pizza plus a slice of 5%. How much do we have? 100 and 5%. So the other way to do it, if the calculator does not have that ability to add, right? It should. But the only thing you had to do here, and guys, you can test this on your calculators right now. The only thing you had to do here is that this pizza is $650 a month, right? If it's 105%, that's what we're trying to figure out. What's the new value, right? Then it's times 1.05, 105%. And the answer is 682.50. Give it a try. Let me know on your calculator if that's what you got. There's different ways you can do this. You can figure out how much 5% is. It's like $32 or something, right? $32.50. There you go. So you can figure out how much the 5% is, and you add to it, or just remember that it's a one whole pizza plus 5%. So that's 105%. Right? So that's another way to do it. And then you got to the second year increase. So guess what you had to do next? Once you got this number, multiply by 1.05 again, because it's the third year. So this right here is the second, and this is the third year increase. And the answer is 716,625. So again, worst case scenario, if your calculator does not let you add a plus 5%, right? Then it's times 1.05, because you got to remember it's one whole pizza plus 5% of another, right? And by the way, don't go to the exam hungry. Don't go to the exam hungry, because then as you're thinking of pizza, you'll get you distracted, right? But the pizza pie helps a lot when you're doing your calculations, right? The other thing I can tell you guys, again, get the simplest calculator. Try with your computer calculator, which is very basic. Or make sure you practice by going to a dollar store, Dollar Tree, or something like that, General Dollar, whatever it's called, and buy the most basic calculator they have there, the $1 calculator. Come home and practice. Do the same questions. Use it. All right? We get so used to our phones and to other things, other tools that we might have, like Google, and you go there and just put the whole question on Google. We get so used to these things, right, that we fail to go back to basics. That's why it makes it also harder for us when we go teach our kids math. It makes it harder because we're used to the shortcuts, right? So, guys, again, get the most basic calculator. Give it a try. All right? Are we good so far? Thumbs up? Great. So we're going to go into, Jen says, I like the shortcut. Super easy. Yep. I'm going to go into a quick break. It is now 7:43. Calculators. Put 12 minutes there. What is that? If it's 7:43 and you put 12 minutes, how much is that? Anybody? Are you really going on the calculator? It's 43 plus 12. 8 p.m. $8 p.m. Is your calculator broke? All right, guys. Sorry. 7:55. We'll be back. Go have fun. Go de-stress a little bit, and then come back or practice a little bit more. It's up to you. Practice the ones we went through right now. Okay. So I'll see you guys back at 7:55. YouTubers, I'm gonna close this session and open another one right after. Okay. See you in a bit.